This is Jamal Thomas. So, listen, this is not going to be about politics. We just went to see a movie. And I'm thinking I'm probably going to have a channel for just movie discussions or ideas that come up in movies. Assassin's Creed. Love that fucking movie. So there are multiple parts of the film that I really like. But there's this one concept that I absolutely love that I really wanted to talk about. We work in the dark to protect the light. So a lot of the ideas in the film boil down to, yes, we do pretty grimy things, but we do those things because for the most part it's for the greater good. That society can be the way that it is because we are working in the shadows to keep it that way. Robert McNamara. McNamara was a guy who was defense secretary during the Vietnam War. And he was also part of World War II, actually, at some point dealing with bombing campaigns. He's older now. And, he's looking back over his life, and he's looking at things where he messed up, mistakes that he think he made. And in the video, he was giving these lessons in life. So one of the lessons was, how much evil do you have to do a little good? It's the same concept. I love it. And you find a theme coming over and over and over again. It's almost like you can't have one without the other. So in the case of like Batman versus Superman, Batman works in the shadows so Superman can work in the light. How would Superman react if he had to take on someone like the Joker? It's like, how much do your ideals matter when you're faced against something that can unravel those ideas? I love that concept. And I gotta admit, we don't necessarily have a perfect world. I don't know the answer to the question. I'm almost inclined to say, grudgingly, yes. You probably do need somebody working in the shadows. I heard somebody make the statement, and it says, whether or not the ends justifies the means depends upon what the ends are. Like, what are you trying to accomplish? And is the thing that you're trying to accomplish for the greater good? And even then, for instance, do you remember in the Watchman, where in his mind, the only way to save the world is to unite it around a common enemy of sorts. And if you can unite it around a common enemy, something that's bigger, something that requires all of us, something that supersedes all of the little petty ridiculousness that we find to argue about, then you could save the world. That was his understanding. So his solution was to set off a bomb that killed millions of people and point the finger at Dr. Manhattan. So now, if you look at the ends justifies the means, hey, maybe he's right. Maybe the entire world unite. Maybe war stops. But he killed millions of people to do it. Is it right? Again, it depends. It's one of those things. It depends. How many wars or how many people would have died during the wars that took place over that period of time? Particularly if they were talking about a nuclear war that would have decimated millions of people. If the things went on the way they were going to go on, you might have lost millions. So in World War II, we lost, 50 million people. You're talking about a nuclear war between superpowers. If you take a solution that kills, let's say 5 million people, but you save billions. If you're looking at it by the numbers, that the guy in the Watchman is a hero. But nobody sees that man as a hero. And look, he is working in the dark to some degree to protect the light. That is literally the Assassin's Creed. Ah, fuck, man. I love that film. The film was great. I absolutely love it. I would totally recommend you go see it. Comic book films are interesting, though. Video game films. Because sometimes they kind of suck. But in this case, it worked. It worked really, really well. Even this other idea. So, one of the things that essentially there is no law or there is no truth. Nothing's real. It was one of those things that they said when they were essentially indoctrinating themselves or making themselves part of the cult. Not a cult, but part of the creed. Essentially, there is no truth. Essentially, when other people follow the truth, remember, there is no truth. And then there was the other one, remember something about there is no law, everything is permitted. They're right. And I know it's like when you hear it, it's you think to yourself, you're like, oh wow, that's pretty badass. But as they're saying it in the film, I'm screaming, yes, that's true. That is absolutely true. Many of the things and the customs that people take on, things they get offended by, things that they feel, these little idiosyncrasies, none of that stuff is real. None of all those things are just because you feel a particular way. But there is no there. It's just you feel like there's a there. But that's not really real. I give you another example. So some of the customs that we have, some of the things that we do in a society, for the most part, those things aren't real. So when they're saying, what's true, there is no truth, they're right. If you're talking about politics, both sides are lying. And that's not just here. That's pretty much anywhere you go politically. Think of it this way. The things that people try to get you to believe, they're like advertisements. They're trying to get you to buy into a particular thought. They want you to agree. The moment that you say agree, for the most part, you've bought into something that was being said. Is it true? Fuck knows. It may or may not be true. But again, it's an advertisement. It's not about being true. It's about, will you buy into a particular thing? Whether it's communism, whether it's capitalism, whether it's Democrat, Republican, whether it's hip-hop, whatever. Those things are just lenses. There's no there. They're what people buy into. When other people follow the truth, remember, there is no truth. I fucking love it. And the last one, the whole law thing. Yeah, societies come up with their laws. And they're making the point of saying, look, that's their laws. We're working for higher ends. And part of it is to be somewhat under the law, to do the things that within this particular society just don't allow. It's the Batman argument. Are there situations where you need somebody to go outside the bounds of a particular society to do the things to keep that society intact? Meaning, are there things within the society itself that requires some external thing to make the shit work? It's fascinating. I love it. I absolutely love that film. Love it. This is Assassin's Creed. I would say go take a look at it. It's great. Fassbender did an awesome job on it. Yeah, I love it. Have a good one, guys.